Hello, and welcome to this bonus edition of Don't Miss This. I'm your host, Jennifer Garrity. And today we're totally going to go back to the 80s with a totally tubular exhibit at the Musée des Arts Decoratifs. The 1980s, fashion, design, and the graphic arts in France. Picture this. It's 1981, and François Mitterrand has just won the first of two 7-year presidential terms, marking the first time in the history of the Fifth Republic that the left has won. And with this comes a lot of changes. Laws were passed on nationalization, decentralization, gay rights, the abolition of the death penalty, the 39-hour work week, a 5th week of paid vacation, an increase in minimum wage and family benefits, a minimum income system, a wealth tax, and retirement at 60. He also completed major architectural projects within France, including the Grand Louvre and its pyramid, the Bastille Opera House, the French National Library, and the Grande Arche in La Défense, and created cultural projects like the National Grand Prize for Poetry, Fête de la Musique, les Journées de Patrimoine, the Fête du Cinéma, and the literary festival Fureur de Lire. With all that in mind, let's dig in, beginning with graphic arts. The 1980s marked the end of the ideals established in May 1968. They were also a time of unabashed wealth. Advertising investments grew 380% between 1981 and 1989. Media became a tool for revolt and provocation. And, let's be honest, some blatant racism. I didn't capture the most offensive, but you get the gist. In the design world, the 1980s saw a mixing of multiple aesthetics, from the most rudimentary to the most technologically advanced. The VIA, or Valorization of Innovation in Furnishing, had been founded in 1979 in order to promote French design, and this gave fresh life and dynamism to the industry. Some of the heavy hitters from the 80s include Pucci de Rossi, who had been trained as a sculptor and constructed his furniture from real or fabricated reclaimed materials. Galerie Néo-Tu, which exhibited furniture by young designers and became a meeting place for a neo-barbarian movement, which questioned objects' hidden meanings and emotional dimensions. Galerie Nestor Percal, who also helped discover young talent, such as Pierre Charpin and the Memphis group who created this bookshelf and this lamp. Galerie Gastou, which mixed styles from the 1940s to the 1970s with antiques of the future. And Philip Stark, who is credited with having brought design to the wider public, creating sober and sometimes ironic pieces. And then there's my favorite part, the fashion. With trendsetters like Jean-Paul Gaultier, known as the enfant terrible of fashion, who challenged the norms of gender and decorum, with men in skirts and women with conical breasts. And Christian Lacroix, who won the Golden Thimble in 1986 and matched bold colors with unexpected materials, earning him the title of Iconoclastic Barbarian. The 1980s were an important time for the counterculture, and clubs like Le Palace and Les Bains Douches became meeting places for furniture and fashion designers alike. Anyone could enter as long as they had the look, and the music spanned from disco to new wave to hip-hop, punk, rap, and rock and roll. For all this forward thinking, for some designers, the 1980s also marked a turn to the neoclassical. Madame Gray, whose design you can see on the left, evoked a sense of luxurious haute couture, while Jean-Paul Gaultier's design in the center and Thierry Mugler's on the right evoke a more primitive, centurion sense of the ancient world. Still others chose deconstruction as a way to break with convention, pardon the pun, like Martin Margiela. The 1980s were a time of flash and decadence. Society fragmented into social and political groups, and fashion silhouettes became as much an expression of creativity and diversity of the designers as of the people wearing them. There were no limits. Fashion was suddenly thrust into popular culture, and from then on, designers themselves were considered artists and celebrities. Men's clothing also entered the world of fashion, and designers presented menswear at Fashion Week for the first time. Color and pattern were integral to designers like Kenzo. Thierry Mugler, left, would evoke a bodybuilder's physique, while Jean-Paul Gaultier, right, found inspiration in Fassbinder films. Haute couture also saw a resurgence as media, soap operas, and celebrities brought high fashion before the general public, fashion that had previously only been shown to the elite behind closed doors. I'll leave you with this. In 1989, Jack Lang, the Minister of Culture, commissioned Jean-Paul Goude to produce a parade for the bicentennial of the French Revolution, and he turned this military parade into a multi-ethnic fairy tale with the themes of human rights, ethnic diversity, and social mixing. Années 80, Mode, Design, and Graphisme en France will be at the Musée des Arts Decoratifs through April 16, 2023.